Imagine a meter-long venomous scorpion the size of a golden retriever ruling a forest fueled by 35% oxygen. This is Pulmonoscorpius, a chitinous titan that turned the Carboniferous air into pure predatory fuel. Today we confront the ultimate terrestrial nightmare. But how did a bug reach the size of a dog? The answer is hidden in the very air they breathed. 300 million years ago, our planet was a biological anomaly. Long before the first dinosaur, the Carboniferous period saw an explosion of gigantism fueled by atmospheric oxygen levels nearly double what we breathe today. In this high-octane world, Pulmonoscorpius was the undisputed king of the Gobi-like swamps. But wait until you see the armor it required to support such weight. It was a 700mm titan of chitin. Unlike modern scorpions, its exoskeleton was a thick, multi-layered suit of armor designed to support its immense weight on land. But its most terrifying feature wasn't its size. It was the specialized eyes it used to track you in broad daylight. What was this monster actually hunting in the mist? It was an apex invertebrate predator with a menu to match. Its diet included giant cockroaches, primitive spiders, smaller scorpions, early lizard-like creatures, and even juvenile tetrapods. It didn't just hunt bugs, it was actively competing with our own ancestors for dominance. These armored giants likely lived for over a decade, growing slowly in the humid heat of the Carboniferous swamps. Fossil evidence suggests they reached maturity in stages, molting their thick skin several times before reaching their final dog-sized proportions. But their cycle of life began in a way that would look strangely familiar today. Females were protective mothers, carrying their young on their backs just like modern scorpions. They likely nested in colonial sites, using the safety of numbers to guard their clutches of eggs from the predatory amphibians of the era. But these juveniles faced a lethal challenge long before they grew their stingers. Juveniles were specialized hunters from birth. With a 30% higher density of sensory hairs on their pincers, they could detect minute air currents to snag flying prey. They occupied a completely different niche than the adults, ensuring the species dominated every level of the swamp. But how did the adults deliver their final, lethal blow? Unlike modern scorpions, they were diurnal hunters. Their massive compound eyes allowed them to track movement with eagle-like precision in the daylight. They were pursuit predators, using vision rather than just vibration to find their mark. But what happened when those eyes met a predator that was even larger? They didn't crush their prey, they gripped and killed. Their slender pincers were built for grappling, while their massive tail and telson delivered a potent dose of neurotoxic venom. This thin pincer, thick tail morphology suggests a venom more lethal than anything we see in modern scorpions. It was a chemical warfare masterpiece. Even as a titan, it was hunted. Its world was shared with 2-meter predatory amphibians, giant land-dwelling reptiles, and even larger members of its own kind. In the Carboniferous, survival was a constant war between the armor of the scorpion and the jaws of the early tetrapods. But the greatest threat wasn't another animal, it was the air itself. The reign of the giants ended as the oxygen levels plummeted. The great rainforest collapse turned the lush swamps into arid plains, and the high metabolic cost of a dog-sized body became a death sentence. 5 factors ended them: the oxygen drop, rainforest collapse, rapid aridification, habitat loss, and prey scarcity. Impact ratings, all high. Here is a fact that science only recently confirmed. Pulmonoscorpius was named the breathing scorpion because its fossils preserved exquisite book lungs. They were among the very first animals to fully transition from the water to the land, pioneering the terrestrial body plan that scorpions still use 300 million years later. Their incredible story was unearthed at the East Kirkton Quarry in West Lothian, Scotland. Today, you can stand face-to-face with these chitinous legends in museums around the world, witnessing a time when bugs truly ruled the earth. But what would happen if the oxygen levels rose again today? Comment below if you think humanity could survive a world of giant insects, like this video, and subscribe to Extinct Earth as we continue to reconstruct the monsters of our lost world. I'm John, and I'll see you in the next reconstruction.